This is Ohio Harness Update, a look at harness racing across the Buckeye State. Ohio Harness Update is brought to you by Matt Franklin, Wealth Advisor at Wire to Wire Wealth.
Welcome back to the latest edition of Ohio Harness Update. I'm Wes Mayberry. With summer transitioning into fall, the action on the track has been heating up. Join us as we take a look back at this year's Little Brown Jug. We'll also catch up with the Ohio Sire Stakes Scarlet Championships, Buckeye Stallion Series, Yearling sales, and much more from the world of harness racing in Ohio. The Grand Circuit returned to the Buckeye State with the 80th edition of the Little Brown Jug at the Delaware County Fair. 14 sophomore colt pacers were entered into this year's Little Brown Jug. The first elimination went to Lou Print in 150-3.
Less than a 16th to go. They're on their way home from the inside. Lou Print, making it look easy.
Odds On Outlier won the second elimination in 149-3.
Odds On Outlier with a lead here, making easy work of this. Odds On Outlier wins the second elimination.
The top 4 finishers in each elimination returned to compete in the $500,000 final sponsored by the OHHA. Ronnie Wren Jr. drove Lou Print to a wire-to-wire victory in 150-1 for trainer Ron Burke.
Go in the Buckeye State, and they're on their way home in the Little Brown Jug. Lou Print, Odds On Outlier, Lou Print, Ronnie Wren Jr.
It was the first Little Brown Jug win for Ronnie Wren Jr.
First one, Ronnie Wren.
Thank you very much. You know, this horse is capable of anything. Everything I ask him to do, he responds and does the job, and he's great gated, got around this track nice, and he's a true professional.
Just like you, true professional as well. Ronnie, this has got to be something amazing to you. You've been here, coming to Delaware for years, racing here. What's it like to win the Little Brown Jug? I know what it's like to call my first one. It was a surreal feeling.
It's a great feeling. It's everything. It's a relief. I'm happy to get the job done for Ronnie Burke, his family, the other owners. My family and friends are here today, and it's a special moment. I'm trying to soak it in.
You're a little emotional here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's an emotional sport, but I'm just really proud of the horse.
Lou Print is 9 for 9 this season. He has hit the board in all 19 lifetime starts with 16 wins and over $1.6 million in earnings.
Ronnie, it just doesn't get any better than this, does it?
No, and he's moved into maybe the greatest horse I've ever trained. He has no holes in his game. He can leave, he can duck, he's rate. His gait is flawless. I can't wait to see him as a sire. But right now, I'm just going to enjoy it and race him to the end of the year, and try to get him in as many races as I can.
What's it like to have to condition a horse that comes into a race like this, undefeated, and wins, stays undefeated? What's it take? I mean, it's just, obviously there's something there. You're one of the greatest trainers, if not the greatest trainer the sport of harness racing's ever seen.
You know what, though? The thing is, with him, it's easy. I have total belief in him, and I just know I have to make sure I give him enough work that he's fit. Other than that, he's going to do it on his own. And he seems to enjoy his work, so I can give him a little bit extra. And, usually the tighter they are, the better the race.
It kind of, you soak it in a little bit with Ronnie Wren Jr. and you see that he's emotional, but that's how you are. You've always been a proponent of these guys and somebody like Ronnie Wren. Talk to us a little bit about your relationship that you have with Ronnie.
Well, I mean, it was, we were Yannick's first win. We were, Chris's first win, so, obviously with Ronnie, it's the same. Listen, I've said all along for the last 2 years, I have all the faith in the world in him. I will use him in any race. It doesn't matter what horse. And he's, rewarded me over and over again.
Burke was also the winning trainer in the 55th Jugette for 3-year-old filly pacers, courtesy of Rodeo Drive Deo. 16 entries were divided into 2 eliminations. Rodeo Drive Deo won the first elimination in 151.
From the outside, Rodeo Drive Deo and the Buckeye, David Miller, going to win the first elimination of the Jugette.
Odds On Chesapeake took the second elimination in 149-3.
Odds On Chesapeake at will here for Dexter Dunn. Odds On Chesapeake in front.
Rodeo Drive Deo proceeded to dominate the $280,000 final, winning by 4.5 lengths and 150-1 with David Miller in the sulky.
The Jugette, and on top of the field, Rodeo Drive Deo and the Buckeye, David Miller.
Rodeo Drive Deo has 10 career wins and over $865,000 in earnings. It was the 4th Jugette win for David Miller.
David is one of the winningest drivers in the sport of harness racing, and he's shaking like a leaf. It still doesn't get any better than winning here in Delaware, Ohio.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Take us through the race here. Odds on Chesapeake obviously gets to the quarter, 28 and a piece. And you come to the outside down the backside. What were you thinking at that point in time? Did you feel that you could just keep right on going with this filly?
Well, actually, me and Ronnie and Yannick, had a talk and had a couple of different plans, and because Virgil had an entry too, and at the very end, Ronnie said, "Just get away in 2-hole and pull when you have to."
Yeah, she was huge in the first elimination down the backside. So, thinking and seeing her in the 2-hole and coming out around the last turn there, she just raced amazing. And David, I know that you're going to be leaving the East Coast, coming back here to the Buckeye State later this year. This is home.
Yes, it is.
And you're going to enjoy it, every bit of it, and got a house built here. And when do you plan on coming back here?
It'll be after November. I committed to the season, and I think the stakes are over the end of November, and then I'll move.
Grand Circuit action continued with sophomore trotters at the Delaware County Fair. The Old Oaken Bucket for Colts was won by Cheers Hanover in 154-4. Divine Thing won the fillies Buckette in 153-2. The Delaware County Fair also hosted the Ohio Breeders' Championship, marking the second leg of the Ohio Triple Crown. In the end, and Prolific Fire set new stakes records in their respective divisions. Sophomore filly trotter In the End won in 153-4.
In the End, Dream Something on the outside, inside Jailhouse Pearl. It's In the End.
Sophomore filly pacer Prolific Fire won by 10 lengths, tripping the wire in 151.
Through the stretch, the battle for second and third, closing on the outside. The word is out. Anna loves bananas.
Elsewhere in the OBC, Mocha Hill, Demonic Nico, Crocodile Station, and Big Ranger scored their second victories in pursuit of the Ohio Triple Crown. Also in the OBC, new stakes records were set in the aged pace and aged trot. Charlie May won the aged pace in 149. Jurassic Hattie won the second of two divisions of the aged trot in 152-1.
Jurassic Hattie, she's too much for him tonight. Jurassic Hattie will take the aged veteran championship, Ohio Sire Stake Championship.
The Delaware County Fair also hosted the fifth leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series. Across 5 days, 248 horses were entered into the series. In the freshman colt pace division, Hunka Hunka notched his fourth BSS win of the season.
Hunka Hunka, drawn away.
Also in that division, Stoke the Fire and the Ebony Dragon scored their third series wins. A third BSS victory also went to sophomore colt pacer Fly High Cruiser. Later, Hollywood Gaming at Dayton Raceway kicked off its 12th season on September 23rd and hosted the Ohio Sire Stakes Scarlet Championships on the 27th. Horses and drivers treated fans to many record-breaking performances that evening. OSS freshman colt trot champion Big Ranger was a standout of the night. He won in a track and stakes record 154-3 and holds the distinction of being this year's lone Ohio Triple Crown winner.
He's going to be a Triple Crown winner. Ronnie has tucked the whip. It's Big Ranger to take the Scarlet Championship.
Big Ranger is a perfect 7 for 7 this season with over $370,000 in earnings. After the race, driver and trainer Ronnie Gillespie talked about the success he's had with the in-range colt.
Yes, first of all, I want to thank Jesus Christ. Little emotion, because I beat the odds, as a trainer and driver.
This is your first win as a trainer in the Sire Stakes. It's got to feel good to get one off your back and obviously a little emotional as well.
Yeah, it's hard work because, to have a horse that good at the beginning of the season and can maintain him to the end of the season, it takes a lot of work.
Talk about his progression as a 2-year-old. Obviously, he was stellar in the next generation, and he has been, now that he's undefeated, he's an Ohio Triple Crown winner, but he just looks like he's just getting stronger here towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I have to give thanks to the owners. They told me whatever decision I make, they wanted me to manage him the best way I could, and I thank them for that, because if they had pushed him like when I scratched him at Northfield, he wouldn't have been undefeated because he came up with a abscess. So, but I got to give them the thanks because they let me manage him, and it worked out.
And do we have anything left on tap for Big Ranger as a 2-year-old?
No, unfortunately, the owners told me the state wanted him to the Breeders' Crown, and Big Ranger was so lazy, and I staked the wrong one.
LT Loverboy also made a splash, winning the sophomore colt trot championship to add to his OSS title as a 2-year-old a year ago. He equaled the track record of 153-2.
LT Loverboy to win the Scarlet Championship. LT Loverboy from Vecna.
For filly trotters, Jailhouse Pearl won the sophomore championship in 152-2 to set new stakes and track records, while Set Your Sights High won the freshman title in a track record 154-1. In the OSS Scarlet Championships for pacers, Ron Burke stablemates Harrisburg Heist, Lindy Dragonwater, and Seaside Shuffle won 3 of the 4 divisions. Harrisburg Heist recorded the fastest mile among that group, taking the sophomore colt pace championship in a track record 148-3.
Sipping on Sea Rock, Harrisburg Heist is digging in and closing. Passing lane, Swingtown. It's Harrisburg Heist to win it. Harrisburg Heist.
Lindy Dragonwater won the freshman colt pace championship in 151 to set new stakes and track records, and Seaside Shuffle took the freshman filly pace title in a track record 151-3. Sophomore filly Prolific Fire took the remaining pacing title in a stakes record 150. Dayton Raceway also hosted 4 $250,000 Dayton Derby Grand Circuit races that night. Irvin Hanover was a standout in those events, winning the Dayton Pacing Derby in 147-2 to record the fastest mile ever paced at Dayton Raceway.
Irvin Hanover out of the pocket. Here comes Captain Albano. Irvin Hanover, Captain Albano on the outside, coming on and coming at him. Irvin Hanover, Captain Albano to the wire together. Photo for win.
Lexus Cody also had an impressive showing. Sitting in last place in the 9-horse field at the 3/4 pole, he rallied to win the Dayton Trotting Derby by 3/4 of a length in 151-4.
Lexus Cody going right on by. Lexus Cody, what a mile!
In other action, Twin B Joe Fresh won the Dayton Distaff Derby in a track record 148-4, and MM's Drain took the Dayton Oaks Derby in a stakes record 151-3. When we return, we'll take a look at more notable records and milestones achieved at tracks throughout Ohio and beyond.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
By the Missile continued making headlines during his pursuit of its academic for the all-time lead in career earnings for Ohio sired horses. On August 23rd at Woodbine Mohawk Park, the 6-year-old Down by the Seaside gelding matched the track and Canadian record in winning the second elimination for the Grade 1 Canadian Pacing Derby in 146-4.
By the Missile, now taking over. Coach's corner, trying to battle back, and behind them is Captain Luke and Maximus Mickey, Helium, and Musketeer Hanover. But By the Missile is drawing away to take Canadian Pacing Derby limb number 2. He'll win it by 4.
By the Missile went on to finish 7th in the Canadian Pacing Derby final on August 30th. Back in the U.S., Eldorado Scioto Downs completed his 2025 season on September 13th, with Chris Page earning the leading driver title. He ended the season with 243 wins and 1,057 starts, taking the title for the first time since 2021. Ron Burke and Virgil Morgan Jr. shared the leading trainer title. They finished the meet with 107 wins each. This marked the 31st consecutive year for Morgan Jr. to be named the leading trainer at Scioto. Also that night, Helium N won the open pace in a track record 146-4, while Sinbad N won in 147 to set a new track record for age gelding pacers. Earlier on September 1st, Reddy Russell broke the track record for 2-year-old trotting geldings in a win in the 5th leg of the Ohio Sire Stakes in 154.
Reddy Russell has enough to win it here under a hand drive. Reddy Russell at 1-9.
The Ready for Money gelding broke his prior track record of 154-3 from August 23rd to complete a perfect run through the 5 legs of the OSS. On September 12th at Scioto, Pembroke Southie and High Flying Philly finished in a dead heat for the win. Both horses tripped the wire in 149-2 in what is believed to be the fastest dead heat in Scioto history.
Pembroke Southie outside, High Flying Philly to the wire together. Photo for win.
Moving north to MGM Northfield Park, Luke Ebersol scored his 1,000th career driving win on September 14th with Tixa Yankin. Also at Northfield, Waylon Eubank notched his first career training win on September 10th as Brady Galliers drove Heart of Rock to victory. At Dayton Raceway, 3 career milestones were achieved on September 27th. With a 4th-place finish in the Dayton Oaks Derby Trot, 4-year-old mare Sugar Instead became Ohio's newest millionaire. There are now 22 Ohio Sire millionaires, including 5 with over $2 million in career earnings. Sugar Instead has hit the board in 37 of 46 lifetime starts with 24 wins. The Volstead mare is owned by Joyce A. McClellan Stable and Larry Wills. Earlier that night, 2 driving career milestones were reached in the Ohio Sire Stakes Scarlet Championship for freshman colt trotters. Ronnie Gillespie's win with Big Ranger put him over the $5 million mark in earnings. Trevor Smith finished 3 places back and forth with 11 Bang Bang, pushing his career earnings over $20 million. In the fair circuit, My Next Chapter broke the trotting track record at the Guernsey County Fair in Old Washington on September 10th. The Uncle Peter gelding won the second division of 3-year-old trotters in 2 minutes and 1/5. That broke the previous record of 2:01 set by All About Faith in 2024. And at the Stark County Fair in Canton, Jason Thompson recorded his 2000th career driving win on August 27th with 2-year-old filly trotter Magical Gold.
Magical Gold wins by 5.
Elsewhere, September 12th marked the day of the 2025 Ohio Selected Jug Yearling Sale in Circleville. The event broke its own sales record with 266 yearlings grossing over $8.6 million. The highest priced yearling was Blue Ranger, sold by Springhaven Farm for $210,000. Blue Ranger is by In Range and was purchased by Rejo Lillenjaw of Vero Beach, Florida, acting as agent. She is the highest priced trotter ever sold at public auction in Ohio, which highlighted the event as a huge success. On August 23rd, Scioto Downs hosted a $1 million card featuring 4 $100,000 Grade 3 events. Odds On Chesapeake won the Nadia Lobel 3-year-old filly Pacers in 150. Racing Rebel won the Send It In Invitational for Open Pacers in 149 and 1. Shadows Dancers won the Cleopatra Invitational for aged pacing mares in 148 and 1. And the Moneymaker Trot for 3-year-old fillies went to Divine Thing in 154 and 1. Later, on August 30th, Scioto hosted the Ohio Sires Stakes Veterans Championships featuring 4 $100,000 divisions. Celebrate Me Home took the age mare Pace as a 39 to 1 long shot, crossing the line in a lifetime best 150 and 2.
Celebrate Me Home still coming. Hey, hey, mama, celebrate me home to win it.
In another upset, 19 to 1 My Pal Sparky was victorious in the aged horse and gelding trot by a neck in 153 and 3.
Sponzano on the outside to the wire. No Nap Nash. Outside, My Pal Sparky and Sponzano in a photo.
Paris's Dragon won the aged horse and gelding pace in 149 and 3, while Jurassic Hattie took the aged mare trot in 152 and 2. On September 6th, Scioto hosted a $1.26 million card featuring $250,000 Charlie Hill Memorial Trot and Jim Hewitt Memorial Pace Grand Circuit events. Irvin Hanover was victorious in the Hewitt Memorial, winning a photo finish by a neck over Captain Albano in 147 and 2.
Inside women layer, outside Irvin Hanover closing sharply as they come to the wire. Very tight photo for win.
One race earlier, Hill Exotic posted a wire-to-wire win in the Hill Memorial in 151 and 1, giving 26-year-old driver Austin Hanners his first career Grand Circuit win.
Hill Exotic Southwind Course, Hill Exotic and Austin Hanners win the Charlie Hill.
The OHHA's Willie Winnett was there to catch all the exciting action that night while helping kids sign up for the free Backstress Buddies program. Trackside the day before, representatives from Dreams on Horseback were treated to a behind-the-scenes experience thanks to a partnership with the OHHA. Harness racing fan Mark Ryan was one of the first in the group to get to ride the starting truck.
Oh, it's really great. I didn't realize how fun it was going to be, and the speed was incredible.
Dreams on Horseback is a nonprofit in Blacklick, Ohio that provides life-changing equine therapy programs that empower individuals of all ages and abilities. Therapeutic riding instructor Sarah Ryan was highly complimentary of the group's special experience at Scioto.
So far, we've been down to the paddock. My husband just got out of the truck, going around in the truck going for the start line, and we just met a bunch of horses, and we met a wonderful driver down there, Jeremy Smith, and we're having fun. We just really started. So.
Finally, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association sends condolences to the family and friends of those we have lost. That wraps it up for our September newsletter. If you would like to become a member of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. For the entire OHHA team, I'm Wes Mayberry.
This has been Ohio Harness Update. Ohio Harness Update is brought to you by Matt Franklin, Wealth Advisor at Wire to Wire Wealth. This has been a production of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.